Considering this has a bunk room with a slide out in it, a bedroom with a slide out in it, washer and dryer connections, and a huge outdoor kitchen, I am shocked at how low the cost is on this travel trailer RV. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at the Hershey RV show taking a look at this 2025 Forest River Aurora in the Blue Compass RV display. This here is the 34 BHTS. You can see the floor plan layout here. A couple different arrangements you can do on this actually. You can do the bunk room setup, or you can do another queen bed in the bunk room. And look at this, y'all, $34,995. This is a 38-foot long travel trailer for less than $1,000 per foot. So that is not very common. Enclosed underbelly has a 15,000 BTU AC with a heat pump in the AC, so an electric heat source. Also unheard of in travel trailers like this. And then this is your whole lineup of floor plans from the Forest River Aurora lineup. And this also is not even including everything that they have in their Aurora Light lineup. So lots of different options from Forest River Aurora. If you are shopping for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description of this video where Blue Compass has over 100 different stores across 33 different states. It is a great place to get started as they have locations all over the country. So no matter where you're at, usually we can help you out and get you started with finding your next RV. And I think this here is a great option for a lot of people. Very cost effective. It is what is considered an entry-level travel trailer, so aluminum sided with wood framing, versus like something that would be considered more of like a step up from this would be something that is fiberglass sided, like this Coachman here, although this is a fifth wheel RV with aluminum framing. So aluminum siding, wood framing helps keep the cost down. And this is a model that you certainly could set on some property and live out of full time if you want, or it's something that you can travel around in. One thing I like about these before we step inside, because there are some people in there right now as we are at this RV show, it has a BAL frame here from Norco Industries. So they use huck bolt fasteners around a lot of the different pieces of this frame instead of welds. It's a very lightweight frame, and it's not a Lippert frame. So if you are just hesitant to go with the Lippert frame, although I should mention, I haven't seen any documented problems with Lippert frames on travel trailers. This is a great option though, where you don't have that frame, you have this Norco frame, and I think that's a great product there that you get as far as just the foundation of the RV. So this here has a nice look on the outside as well. You have your two 20-pound propane bottles up front, battery there, and a power tongue jack. Manual stabilizers. Again, it has an enclosed underbelly. So underneath the RV, everything is enclosed underneath here, so all your water tanks and water lines will stay warm when the furnace is running. And it is great to know that we have the heat pump in the AC here, so if you don't want to run your furnace excessively in colder temperatures, you can also get heat from the AC unit. And then check out this outdoor kitchen, y'all. It has the door over here that acts as shade for this outdoor kitchen area, plus you have the huge awning over the rest of the camper pretty much. And in this outdoor kitchen, it has my favorite thing that I think every outdoor kitchen should have, which is a sink. This allows you to wash your hands, rinse off utensils, cups, anything that gets dirty outside without having to go inside the RV to do that. So really appreciate whenever I see a sink in an outdoor kitchen. I think that is probably the most practical, most used thing that an outdoor kitchen will have. Plus you have all the storage in here, a griddle cooktop that will pull out right there. And you can see some of your storage spots through here. You have your divider in that drawer and drawer here. Also going to have some cabinets up here. And then on the non-camp side of this camper, you will have two slide outs, since there is a bedroom slide and there is also a bunk room slide. Now, of course, I always pick an RV to film that people step in right before I start to film it. So kind of in that predicament yet again, which is totally fine. It's their show to hang out. Actually, you have three slides on this camper. I totally forgot that there's a living room slide as well. So three slide outs on this side. And that is really going to open up the living space while also making sure that your campsite space is free of any slide outs, so that you have this camp area out here to hang out in. There is solar up on the roof, and then you have JBL speakers on here. So JBL speaker here on the outside and there. And then you will have a tankless water heater here. And again, $34,995 for a travel trailer this big is just crazy. We're gonna walk inside and we'll start with going into the bedroom. So when you walk in here, living room going to be to the left, but we're gonna go into this bedroom here. This has a queen size bed. in the bedroom. You can put a king in here if you would like, but it has the queen, gives you more room to walk around the bed. And then you have your AC unit in here. This is just a drop down AC. The other AC is ducted into this room as well though. The ACs are a little bit more noisy on these entry-level travel trailers. Not so noisy that I feel like I need to yell over it, but it is louder than some other higher-end travel trailer AC units. This is where your washer and dryer can go. So you do have the connections there for a washer and dryer if you want to do that. And then you have your wardrobe closet right here with that middle support beam on the clothing rod and some shelving. Outlet right here. USB and USB Type-C port right there. That is nice. I can't tell you how many like high-end RVs I've been in at this show that still do not have any USB Type-C plugs inside of the RVs, which is just absurd to me. Is I'm one of these people that I'm constantly upgrading my tech devices and stuff like that with the filming that I do. And I don't even own a standard USB cable anymore, or at least any that I use for any of my devices. So I've been struggling at this show to find RVs that I can charge my stuff in. And this here already in just an entry-level travel trailer has what I need in one room. So love that. As we step out this way, this cleared out. So you have your living room set up here. You have your 2-cushion sofa that also does pull out and make into a bed. You have your dining table there. And then this is the AC that has the heat pump on it. So very nice. That is something I want to make sure to point out, because being able to draw heat from that AC through electricity versus having to run propane to get heat through your furnace is going to help conserve that propane when you don't need it. Then you have your kitchen space here, L-shaped countertop. You have a plastic sink here. You have your standard RV size oven, 3-burner gas stove, and a standard RV size microwave. Has GE appliances in here now. So you have the GE air conditioner, and you have this GE refrigerator and freezer. We're not level, so that thing wants to close on me, but you can see the shelving there in the refrigerator. Storage space in the kitchen. It is a little bit minimal in these style of travel trailers. You've got to get a little creative with the storage space sometimes. Deep space into there, just not a super wide opening. And then you have your storage space up through here. Outlet in this area, let's see what we're working with. Okay, up in the cabinetry. So outlets and USB ports up underneath there. You also have your controls right here, right when we walked in. Gas and electric water heater, so I actually misspoke on that. It is not a tankless water heater, it's a gas and electric water heater, so you have both the gas and the electric heating element on that water heater. Slide out controls, awning controls, and your light controls, which it does have dimmer lights here in the living room. Very nice. For your TV setup, you have, gosh, is that a 50-inch screen TV? There's nothing on it telling me the size of the TV. So that's either going to be like a 48 or a 50-inch screen TV, probably a 50. You have your fireplace here, another electric heat source for you with that. Between that and the heat pump, there's going to be a lot of instances where you might not even need to run your furnace, probably just using the furnace when it gets really cold, as the electric heating elements will not keep up with, temperatures that get down below once you start getting down below 50 degrees into the 40s and 30s and below, you're probably going to need to start using that furnace. Got some storage space around this area. Always important to see all the storage that you're going to have to work with if you're looking at purchasing an RV, which is why I always show it. Outlet down here. Then you have black pleated shades on your windows, so you can see all your windows on the non-camp side. Black pleated shades there. Go back this way and you're going to have your pantry space. So big area there with some shelving. Same with down through here. Definitely a good workable space. Have your JBL speakers up in the ceiling. And then with this booth dinette, you're able to take the legs out and drop this down into a bed. So this area can make into a bed all the way across as well, using these back cushions to fill in that area when you put that table down. And then you have storage space down underneath here as well. No carpet in the slide out, so you see that same flooring material here in the slide that you have in the rest of the RV. So we keep going back this way into the bathroom. I was really impressed. Wow. Oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all just hear my voice crack like that? I was really impressed. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. This is, I think, my 5th or 6th RV I filmed today. So I've been talking a lot, plus talking to people. Plus I was live on TikTok for almost 2 hours talking nonstop. And that was a result of that right there. So y'all just got to witness that. But anyways, let's step inside here because I was really impressed with the shower height. So a lot of times in travel trailers, you can have a pretty condensed shower height, even in high-end travel trailers. Look at this. Into the skylight, you can probably be about 6'6". I mean, that is really impressive. Big skylight in here. Love that. Even though it is a corner shower, you still just get a phenomenal amount of ceiling height, which I think is more important than anything else for someone like me and other people that, you know, may be taller than me even. Definitely important to make sure you have that ceiling height. So really appreciate that. You have a plastic sink in here, plastic foot flush toilet, storage space around here. So you can see that actually connects through over to that little shelf. Outlet here, hooks to hang some towels, and storage space right there. Also have a vent fan in the bathroom, and you do have another vent fan here in the kitchen space. Plus, this here is the bigger vent fan, and you will also have the vent fan there to vent out smells over that 3-burner stove. Then as we go back into this bunk room, because there is a slide out in the bunk room, check this out, y'all. That is actually a sofa that is currently made into a bed. You have another flip down bunk there and a ton of floor space here. So just thinking about the kids, they will definitely love having this amount of floor space to play around, hang out, whatever it may be. If they have friends that come with them to stay in the RV, you can even put a mattress down on the floor if you need more sleeping than what this offers. The AC is on and the air is blowing very strong out of here, so really appreciate that. I can actually feel it all the way down here where my hand is, very strong, so still can feel it. So if you're sitting on the sofa, that air is blowing on you actively. Really appreciate that. Got your storage there with shelving, window off the back side. Then you got some shelving there. Now this again is a jackknife style sofa, so to get this into the sofa arrangement, you just lift it up like so. You have all these storage cubbies down underneath here, and then this will just go back like that into the sofa position with the flip down armrest in the middle. So if it's a rainy day, you also have a spot for the kids to hang out. Again, this bunk here will flip down, so it has the latches right here to drop this down. A lot of times we like to leave these up at the RV show, so hopefully I can remember to get this back up in a second. That way kids aren't like climbing up on them and stuff like that here at the show. But you have your bunk here. Doesn't have a weight rating anywhere, but usually this is rated for about 250 pounds, so safe to say that number. And then this bunk here is even a little bit bigger right there, and these are about 6 feet long in length for those beds there. And actually, you know what? This one, I wonder if this one's a little bit longer. It's hard to say. I don't want to get up into them. You know what? Gotta do it. Gotta do it, y'all. Taking the shoes off. The shoes are coming off, and we're gonna go up into this bunk right here. You got a little ladder. We can climb the little ladder here and get up into this bunk. In fact, you know what? Let's flip this around and let's give you a full perspective here of me getting onto this bunk so we can really see. Okay. As I come up this way, nice ceiling height. And, oh, see, this is why I gotta do this. This is longer than 6 feet. This is right at about 6'2" in length, actually. My feet are not touching the wall, and my head, nah, maybe it's right at 6 feet. It's probably right at 6 feet. I kind of have to creak my neck over. But nonetheless, plenty of room here. I could definitely sleep up here, no problem. And this mattress is a little bit more on the firm side. Some of the bunk mattresses I really don't like because they are super soft and squishy, which is good for like a 3-year-old. But when you weigh like 100 to 200 pounds, literally anywhere in that size range, as you know, kids do, you know, kids grow up, they have some weight to them, they're not weightless. The more firm a mattress is, the more comfortable it's gonna be because you just sink into some of these bunk mattresses on other RVs. If you weigh a little bit and it's just not comfortable, it's like you feel like there's nothing there because it's just too soft, you know? It's too soft for how thin the mattress is. So this is actually that perfect mix of like soft but still a bit firm as well. Then as we work our way back out of here. That's pretty much everything in the bunk room. You're going to have your sliding door here for privacy. I'll leave my shoes in here. Hopefully no one steals them. Actually, you know what? I think I need to grab. No, that's pretty much it. Did we talk about everything already? Wow, I think that's it. We already kind of walked through the outside. It has a plywood flooring here, so 5/8 inch thick tongue and groove plywood flooring. And I don't think I really missed anything. So if you are interested in this RV, again, link down below in the comments and description of this video where you can find the link to all of the different stores where you can start shopping for your next RV. And then also Firmly Unbound, if you don't know about that, there's also a link down there to check out Firmly Unbound, the YouTube channel. That is my company. And these are the first shirts that I have that are available for sale. So if you identify with what it means to live firmly unbound, these are now available on the Firmly Unbound website, ready to ship out October 1st. So if you order one before October 1st, that's when they will ship out. And I want you to purchase these if you identify with what it means to live firmly unbound. You don't need to do it to support me. Just do it if it's something that you identify with. And if you want to learn more about what it means to live firmly unbound, you can check that out at firmlyunbound.com, which is where you can find the shirts as well, and on the Firmly Unbound YouTube channel here. So that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all watching, and until next time, live firmly unbound.